High drama in Washington as Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh answers sexual assault allegations. Premier Ford halts the minimum wage increase set for next year. Jays players and fans bid farewell to longtime manager John Gibbons. Humber News starts now. I'm Justice McCormack here at the newsroom at Humber's North Campus. It's Thursday, September 27th. Thank you for joining us. Here's what's making news. Our top story, the minimum wage will not be increasing in the new year.
We're going to deliver a targeted tax cut for the middle-class families.
Premier Doug Ford vowed to eliminate provincial income tax for those earning minimum wage. As a result, the minimum wage will remain at $14 an hour. This past spring, $15 an hour was proposed to take effect in January 2019. This will give time for businesses to catch up and assist low-income people. This past January, minimum wage took a 20% increase, rising from $11.60 to $14 an hour. Also in provincial news, the PC government says Ontarians will be allowed to smoke marijuana alongside tobacco. The move eases the rules of the previous Liberal regime. The government will not put a limit on pot shops when it comes to licensing. Municipalities will have until January 22nd to opt out of having pot stores around. Attorney General Caroline Mulroney and Finance Minister Vic Fedeli made the announcement yesterday. Pot becomes legal on October 17th. Here at Humber, with busy classes and the demanding costs of being a college student, it can be hard for some students to find time or even the money to spend on a hot lunch. Now, a pay-what-you-can soup bar on campus is hoping to help students who may need it the most. Patrick Simpson has the story.
A new soup bar is opening up at the Humber Lace Cafe. Starting this week, students can eat their fill at prices they can afford. It's called a pay-what-you-want soup bar. Students are fully allowed to pay whatever they can, or not at all. That's all they can afford. It's something that's being head-started by Jagger Gordon, who's the owner of the bar and creator of Feed It Forward, a non-for-profit program here in Toronto. During the grand opening of the new bar on Tuesday, Gordon talked about putting healthy food to the hands of people who need it.
Here in Canada, we have $31 billion worth of edible food that goes to waste, and we're just trying to make a difference. And by that difference is a system where we can introduce that food that was destined to landfills and put it back onto the tables for people that would like to live a healthier lifestyle.
The bar is part of a team-up between Feed It Forward and Humber's student union, Ignite. During the grand opening, President of Ignite, Monica Crisi, talked about using the soup bar to support cash-strapped students.
A great way for students to know that, we got you kind of way. You don't need to worry about food on top of your tuition, your books, your rent, your car payments, or whatever else you may have going on.
The Lynx Bar will be serving up hot lunches to hungry students every Tuesday and Thursday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Humber News, Patrick Simpson.
Turning to international news. With only 1 week until the NAFTA deadline, the Canadian government is hard-pressed to make a trade deal with the U.S. Last night, President Donald Trump held a press conference to talk about various issues. Trump said he rejected a one-on-one meeting with Prime Minister Trudeau to talk trade.
Because his tariffs are too high and he doesn't seem to want to move, and I've told him forget about it. And frankly, we're thinking about just taxing cars coming in from Canada. That's the mother lode. That's the big one. We're very unhappy with the negotiations and the negotiating style of Canada. We don't like their representative very much.
Canada has been negotiating a new trade deal for just over a year.
Bonjour tout le monde.
Trudeau said that he's focused on finding a deal that benefits both sides.
Continuous negotiations, the conversations are to stay focused on getting a good deal for Canadians, recognizing that it is very possible to get to a deal that is both good for Canadians, good for Americans, and good for the entire continent. We will stay focused on that. We will keep working as long as it takes to get to the right deal for Canada.
Thanks for taking our questions.
The deadline is Sunday to agree on a deal between the two
issue
countries.
of 232 tariffs.
But Trudeau has said that Canada is willing to go beyond the agreed date.
His insistence that
And a big event happening in Washington today. Several women have come forward with allegations of inappropriate behavior by Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh. Today, Christine Blasey Ford told the Senate Judiciary Committee it is her civic duty to tell her story. She explained her allegation that Brett Kavanaugh sexually assaulted her as a teenager.
By either Brett or Mark once we were in the room. There was music playing in the bedroom. It was turned up louder by either Brett or Mark once we were in the room. I was pushed onto the bed, and Brett got on top of me. He began running his hands over my body and grinding into me. I yelled, hoping that someone downstairs might hear me, and I tried to get away from him, but his weight was heavy.
Each senator was given 5 minutes to ask Ford questions. Arizona sex crimes prosecutor Rachel Mitchell also asked questions about the alleged attack. Kavanaugh will also testify today. Ford said the attack happened in the summer of 1982. The Competition Bureau is getting involved in Ticketmaster's scalping investigation. An investigation showed Ticketmaster's been working with third-party scalpers to resell tickets on a large scale. Federal Economic Development Minister Navdeep Bains wants the Competition Bureau to dig deeper into the case. A $250 million class action lawsuit has also been filed. The Russian government is up in arms after a poisoning suspect was identified as one of their own. A group of investigative journalists connected the poisoning to a Russian colonel. The Russian government is denying the allegations.
Привлечь
This news did
внимание
not sit
международного
well with
сообщества и
A spokeswoman for the
государств, и
Russian
общественных
Foreign
организаций,
Ministry
и журналистов
even called the
этим
quote,
фотографиям
even
и
called the
выдать
story
их
a
за фотографии
fabrication.
людей.
The allegations connect to a poison attack in Salisbury, England earlier this year. The attack led to hospitalization of a former Russian intelligence officer and his wife. No arrests have been made yet. A Toronto officer has filed a complaint against her department. The officer is accusing 51 division officers of racism, sexism, Islamophobia, and discrimination. The 37-year-old, she was sexually harassed by a senior officer. She's seeking over $500,000 in damages. We're going to take a quick break. Still ahead, the latest in sports. But first, Doreen has a preview of your 3-day forecast.
Here at the Humber Arboretum, the weather is cool and breezy, but will the sun warm us up for the rest of the week? Your 3-day forecast coming up next, including what's it going to be like for Nuit Blanche.